Is it possible to use the power of worry to help you manifest your intentions and goals? That's exactly what we're talking about today on Mindful Manifesting. You're listening to Ariana Rollins. But before we dive into the episode, I would love to share with you a Manifesting Momentum 10-minute reset, completely free, very practical. You can get it at mindfulachiever.com, and that way we're connected on my email list. I send an email out once a month. I'm not going to bug you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you. So we have heard the term, don't be a worrywart, right? Don't worry, things will work out. And if you're like me, when you're in that middle of frantic worry and concern that you have an anticipated or expected outcome, even though you don't want it, it's like when someone says to you, don't think about pink elephants, and all you can do is think about pink elephants. That's what worry is like. But worry is not using our consciousness in a way that will help us manifest what we want, our goals, our intentions. Worry is something that is working in the background. It's kind of having your car on idle. You don't realize your car is on until, you're burning up some fuel and you're like, whoa, what happened to this? But your car was left in idle. Maybe that's a weird analogy, but you're not going anywhere. The car is idling. You're just sitting, you're waiting, and that it's burning up fuel. Maybe you got the air conditioning on. You're just sitting in the car, you're waiting. And I think that's what worry feels like, is we're waiting. We're not waiting for good things. We're waiting for the other shoe to drop. We're waiting for that feared potential outcome. And for better or worse, worry is part of life. Because if something matters to us, if we care about something, we've got our attention on it. And it is hard to not think about pink elephants, isn't it? So how can we use worry for good? Because worry really is an inaccurate form of prayer. Bear with me, sounds weird, right? It's an inaccurate or ineffective, let's say ineffective form of prayer, because we are, quote unquote, praying for what we don't want. We're praying for an outcome that has grabbed our attention and we're fearing it. And sometimes people who follow law of attraction could say that we can fear it into happening. I think that's a little bit harsh. I don't think that's always the case. I do think power of our mind and our fear and our worry can disturb our emotional balance, and it can create stress and aggravation, and that stress and aggravation can lead to doing silly things, not paying attention as we're driving and a car pulls out in front of us, or not paying attention on our computer and we hit this button and suddenly, we've downloaded a virus. So if we're not present, and that's what worry does, doesn't it? It takes part of us offline, and that idle is just running in the background, and we get tired. We don't know why, but that worried for an expected outcome, part of us can start to think that, well, if we worry about it, it's not going to happen because we've got our awareness on it. We're paying extra close attention. But it doesn't work like that. So let's talk about, it's actually a concept that I teach in the book, Mindful Achiever. If you've not got that, you can get it on Amazon or Kindle. It's really practical. It's taking the airy-fairy, woo-woo kind of light version of manifesting, and it's giving you tools and strategies and Very helpful, because once you see how to do it, you can do it again and again and again, and it keeps your vibration higher, so that worry about an outcome that you don't want happens less and less until you realize, wow, I'm not a negative Nelly anymore. I'm not worrying about this or that. And you'll notice your hoped-for manifestations just start to come a little faster, a little easier, without as much fretting and forcing. Fretting, isn't that a great phrase? That's what worry is. It's fretting. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about how to use worry for good. Let's talk about how to use worry for what we want to happen. So when we're talking about worry, it's generally working at the unconscious mind level. We may have that awareness that we're not in a great mood, we're a little anxious, irritable, but we don't know why. So what I like to do is nip the worry in the bud. If that's such a phrase, I don't know. Grab a piece of paper and start writing down your thoughts. And keep asking yourself, what else? What else? What else? You could start with, gosh, this didn't go well today. That didn't go well. Oh, I had this conversation. Or, oh my gosh, that client didn't renew. You might start to do what I call conscious complaining. Brilliant. That's exactly what we want to do. But we want to get the noise out. And as you start writing, more and more might come. You might hit upon something. Oh, that's what's going on. Ugh, I put that off, or I haven't made a decision about that, and the clock is ticking. Guess what that is? It's worry. That part of you is saying, knock, knock, you need to address this, knock, knock, and it becomes out of your awareness, and it gets suppressed because you got a lot of other things to do. So let's pull out the worries, the complaints, and get it on a piece of paper. Circle the one, because this is what we're doing here is actually really brilliant. What we're doing is we're giving our unconscious mind a way to communicate to us instead of worry, instead of that little tension, headache, or instead of indigestion. Because the unconscious mind, if we think about the body as a storehouse, it's going to use all its tools to get your attention. Indigestion, tension, headache, and it's trying to knock, knock. I got something to say to you. Knock, knock. You got to pay attention to this. Knock, knock. And it gets louder and louder and louder. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is there something to sickness, illness, disease? Has something been trying to get our attention and we weren't able to hear it? I don't know. It's worth pondering, isn't it? Okay, you've done conscious complaining. You've written down these things that are running in the background, causing you to burn up your energy. And you've got the one that says, oh, that's what I have to decide about. You know the feeling. You write a to-do list, and more starts piling out. All these things. It's those pending to-dos that can often increase worry. So let's pick one. You need to make a decision. Take a blank piece of paper, write out at the top of the paper what it is you need to make a decision around. Okay? And I just like you to invite you to close your eyes. Please don't do this if you're driving. Please only do this in exercise and say, what feels right here? What would bring the greatest joy, ease, success, and satisfaction around this? It could be the answer you get is put it off for a week, communicate. Put it off for 3 days. Perfect. Communicate. Hey, I'm not ready to make a decision yet. I'll get back to you in a week. You're going to lighten your load. And all of a sudden, all the things on your to-do list you find yourself doing because you have taken your energy back from that worry. So what if you get another decision, another little thing floating? Now, some people are really good. I've been doing this for over 20 years, so I actually get my answers in words, and it's awesome, and I write down the answer. But some people feel it more in an upliftment. That could be a yes. A leaning forward, that could be a yes. Or a heaviness in their energy, that could be a no. And usually yes and no questions or answers are easier to get in the beginning. But it's wonderful. I get full-on sentences, and it gives me really great two-way interaction with my intuition, my inner guidance. And it helps a lot in decision making. Okay, so we've got the clarity. You move forward on that. You're releasing some energy. But let's talk about using manifesting or worrying for manifesting, using it for good. Write down what it is you want to accomplish or achieve. Please don't make it, a 5-bedroom house at the beach or something really big. Because here's a thing that's subtle, but this is profound. When you intend for something big, 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 it actually creates worries. Because your unconscious mind can't see a direct path there for you. It's too big. It's beyond, we could say, a 10 in difficulty at this time. But if we break it down and we focus on the first rung, second rung, if you didn't attend my ladder workshop a few months ago, it is really good. And the training is still up. I didn't take it down. So I'll put the link below if you'd like to get access to that. It's excellent. It's a recording for the ladder workshop. When we take our big, big, big goals and we break it down into rungs on a ladder, our unconscious mind, it gives it something to chew on. It feels achievable. It's not like we're jumping to the top of the roof in one single bound. Yeah, maybe Superman can do that, but most of us can't. But so breaking it down, rungs on a ladder, and then take that first one and imagine it into physical reality. Write it down. What would it look and feel like when you've accomplished it? What will bring, how satisfied, happy, fulfilled, joyful will you be? How will it feel when you do it? You know the satisfaction when you put something off or when you do something you're a little nervous around and you get it done. It's like a part of you, just your heart opens and you want to sing with joy. Maybe you start singing, but you want to share it with someone who did it. I was putting it off. I did it. Okay, I digress for a moment because I got one of those wins today. Can't wait to share it with you. So I use what's called a rainbow vacuum. A friend of mine introduced it to me about 30 years ago, and I was blown away how good it works. Yeah, rainbow vacuums are a little bit of a pain in the bum. You've got to put water in it. And, it's not like a cordless vacuum. You have to drag this heavy thing around and it's loud. But oh my, what a difference it makes when you clean your house with a rainbow. So I've had a rainbow for, the past 10 or 15 years. It's great condition. But I had to replace the belt on the rainbow, on the vacuum part. I couldn't get it to work. And I tried on YouTube. I couldn't figure it out. So what I did, like most of us who get frustrated, we throw it in a closet, we forget about it, and we use our other vacuum. This is what I did. So today I wrote it on my list. I wanted to rainbow the house, which I call it rainbowing. And I wrote down that I wanted to do it. Pulled out ChatGPT. Help me here. Here's the photos. I can't get this belt in. Oh, the belt's in, but I can't close it. So I did it. The joy I felt after feeling my home after it's been rainbowed was awesome. I lightened my load because a part of me was worried that I couldn't get that done, or I'd have to go find a repair person, pay money, drive there, and I got it done. So the joy of accomplishing something that's on your to-do list or your first rung on your ladder is so fulfilling. I want you to experience that more and more. So all it took for me was to write it down. And then because I've been using AI on occasion to be a problem solver for me, I had not tried that last time. I wasn't using AI as much, and it helped me solve a problem. So here's the thing that how your unconscious mind works. When you frame a question, how can I do this? Sometimes it's really interesting. You can get the answer, not in the form of words, but try ChatGPT. You get the answer, and then you solve the problem. Now, you've often heard me talk about do not put how you're going to accomplish what you want to manifest in your desire. Far, far better to focus on the end point. Now, if I were being a clever bee, I would have written down, but I didn't even need to go to that far, that extent. I could have written down how good it feels when I've rainbowed the home, the dog bed and everything, and my bedroom, my carpet, and the hardwood floors. It feels so uplifting. Now, that might have inspired me to take up the challenge again, to repair it, because I'm not a handy-dandy kind of gal in terms of fixing things, but I'm finding I'm doing it more and more with the help of YouTube and ChatGPT. So write down the end point. Write down your future memory, how you would like to feel once you've accomplished that. Make sure it's not too difficult. We don't want to activate worry inadvertently in our unconscious mind because the leap's too big. It's too dangerous. We want to make it achievable, feel good, connect with the emotions, and feel the joy. My friends, feel the lightness when you've done it. Clearing out those pending things or even pending desires. My friend, we could have a pending desire that we've put off. It's going to feel good. Believe me, you're going to feel uplifted. Often it boosts your confidence and you're ready for the next manifestation. I'd love to hear how this works for you. So opt in for either the ladder workshop or your manifesting momentum 10-minute reset and send me an email when you get the confirmation you're on my list. Tell me, did you apply this? How did it work for you? It'd be so great. I would really like to know. I read all of them and I eagerly respond when someone responds to my emails. All right, as we wrap up, remember, as you confirm yourself, you chart your own path to success. So much love, many blessings. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.